Happy holidays! I'm Soliak, and yeah, I'm wearing a ugly Christmas sweater, and yeah, it's finally great to be back. I've been gone for like 3 weeks because my PC broke down. Let me tell you the short of the story. This news is awesome. Let me tell you the short of it. I had a PC. It was a cyber-powered PC. It's not that very good, apparently, but I thought it was. I thought it was amazing. So that thing broke down on me, but for no reason at all. I was just moving it around. It almost lasted a year, so yeah. So yeah, almost lasted a full year. And that thing broke down after I started moving it around a couple places, and it always kept not appearing on the screen. So I took that back to Best Buy, but I had my warranty. So they tried to fix it, but they found out they couldn't because they're lazy that way. They couldn't find a way how. And yeah, so I had to order another one. I ordered another cyberpower PC. And they sent it to me literally broken. Not as like the glass shattering broken, they're all like the drop kick, but all the hardware in there did not work. All the fans did not work, except for one. And of course, doing that, I had no display either. Only thing I worked on there was the LEDs. So, sent that one back. They tried to fix it in front of me. And they ended up making it not work to the point where it won't even turn on. So, that sucks. So I just decided to get an HP Pavilion PC because that... I wanted to get a different brand. This one's definitely working better, I think, in my opinion. It has more things. And it's small, so it's actually pretty cool. You can't see it right now, but I'm looking at it right now. It looks pretty cool. It reminds me of an Xbox or someone. So, yeah. Let's get into this game. Today we are playing Lucid9. So, your boy loves his waifu type material. I'm not sure if there's not much of it. It's like, I don't know. I searched up horror, and this is what it gave me. And this music is still awesome. So, let's start it up. I don't know. Oh, my music stopped. Okay, start. I step back and examine my masterpiece. Perfect. My favorite color. Yep, I can see the horror part of it. ... I've always loved red. It's different, brilliant, vibrant, unusual, and a happy anomaly, just like me. Red isn't much for nature. Really only shows up in autumn, and even then it's a dreary rust or nose-eating cherry. Okay. And we just can't have that. Not when it deserves so much more. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. This is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a frail leaf dancing upon the backbone of a passing wind, afflicting the world with its appalling shade. Asparagus, I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my strained fingernails. Disgusting how anyone would enjoy the color eludes me. A soft groan redirects my attention. My waiting masterpiece. It's lovely, really spread across the ground. Face contorted in fear, twitching and cold fingers clutching at the empty air. I don't know if I'm voicing a girl, a dude, I don't know who I am, but why am I going on and on about a freaking leaf? And I'm also getting these weird heartbeat sound effects. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit ingested at the moment, so bear with me. Not at my best work. Unfortunately, the canvas died much quicker than I had. Originally, I expected, even when I tried to carve a bit slower. Well, no matter. Today shall be the palette for my paint. I made quick work of the pallet's chest, ignoring the twitching of posts, motion flexes, and mutilated kneecaps. A sweet color red, true crimson, pure scarlet, slinks down in its pallid abdomen, licking at the blossoming turf below. I dip my fingers into the settling pool of blood. It's warm, sticky like syrup, or settling gently. Sweet scent wafts into my nostrils. Ah, it smells of iron, of rust, of all things sharp and beautiful. Now, a new canvas. I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces and textures and sizes, shapes of every object in sight. None are quite as so satisfying as human skin. With its elasticity, its porous absorption, an innately warm tint, but a substitute I must find. Presently, I realize that I'm still holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, it will have to do. In one bold, fluid stroke, I swipe my paint across the leaf, a very essence of Van Gogh himself. Ah, yes, dear Vincent, a man cut his own ear to send a message when words didn't suffice. I always admired his style. I take a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching a proper display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on his branch. That's better. If only there was more of this color in this world. The unexpected interlude of my phone drives me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. Okay. Yes? Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well, yes, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that came from. You interrupted me. You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. A thrill leaps through my veins as my lips pull into a tenacious smile. Well, is it, sir? Well, is it? Same time, same place as usual. You know the drill. I nearly clap my hands, but master myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and eagerly withdraw the bottle from within my jacket. Only one pill left, but no matter. I'll be getting more soon enough. I pop the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with my teeth and rolling the bitter gel all over my tongue. Now this is life. As a wave of Verifa sweeps through me, I turn from my handiwork, scrolling of the meadow. Today is fun, it's over, but tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. Finally, that was a lot of. I'm still talking. Oh my god, this is a novel, by the way, guys. So it's gonna be a lot of reading for my throat. I want to do more voices in it, so that'd be fun. But I don't know if I'll be able to do all the voices. It's teacher. I don't know if it's a girl or a guy. They just say teacher. Okay. Ma Yama Ishimoto. Yama. Huh? Oh, yeah, this is a lot better. I like this. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for these musics. I sluggishly pull my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman in front of me of the classroom. So it's a woman. Are you even listening? I hide an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I've always found napping more appealing in relearning history that has been drilled into me since age 6. Not that I can actually say that. In all honesty, this teacher doesn't deserve that kind of callous response. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Summarize the whole section we've been reviewing. At the touchscreen board mounted beyond the teacher, quickly scheming over the graphics of the typography covering all on its surface. The history of Isamu, our glorious metropolis, beginning in 2000 AD. Easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in debt, weren't at war, we were basically doing nothing interesting. The teacher's lips purse into a thin line as the classroom erupts into snickers. I feel the slightest tinge of regret and rain and my sarcasm. Then in 2007, the American entered the debt crisis that caused a world financial crash. Japan was one of the countries most affected by this, well, second to China. And why might that be? Because we were dumb about who we partnered with. She taps her fingers impatiently on the desk and her eyes narrowing into slits. Well, she asked me to summarize the chapter. She didn't ask me how. Anyway, our glorious government didn't handle the situation so hot. So we had the lovely desperation with all the time highs and unemployment and crime. Good effort, Gold Star. The teacher waves her hands and the classroom roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. I'll be needing to talk with you after class about your attitude, young man. Meh. In other news, grass is green. Hello, Elizabeth? Perhaps you can salvage this explanation. Finally, we get a character. Elizabeth. She gestures a few seats into right where my lavender-haired classmate sits. Her spine as straight as a ruler. Why are you talking about her spine? I feel a curdle of distaste in the pit of the stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Elizabeth Oshiro, Elizabeth Oshiro, class valedictorian, school poster child, and the area's golden girl. Nap time. I settle my head in the arms of Elizabeth I settle my head in my arms as Elizabeth leaps to her feet, smiling warmly. Certainly during this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, politician scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes as Elizabeth's textbook recitation. She even shoots a quick glare in my direction as if to say, see, why can't you be like Elizabeth? Eventually, local political powers became more effective than centralized administration. Hence why Isamu operates as smoothly as it does. Yes, thanks to the mayor's efforts. Perfectly done, Elizabeth. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with a challenging disapproval. I only shrugged my shoulders and sent her a easy smirk. Oh, beautiful and brainy. She might be worthy enough to make my list. Yeah, that's good. I glanced to my left in time to catch another classmate, Yahiko Hikari. Winking conspicuously at Elizabeth, she clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yahiko for you. I can't remember a day where he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another, nor I can remember the day where he was flat out rejected. Technically, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend of 2 years. How close of a friend? Well, that's up for debate. She managed to deflect my charms. I should give him a Johnny Bravo voice. She managed to deflect my charms. I wonder how. Me too. No one can resist the Yahiko Akari. Yahiko! Yahiko clamps his mouth shut as the teacher strident commands. She leans heavily against her desk, massaging her temples with her fingers. Alright, class, thanks to Elizabeth, we've seen where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering what point of the history recap was. Not really, no. We must study the past to understand the future as such. I keep kicking my desk, sorry guys, and I'm yawning and I don't know why. It's imperative that the next topic will be taken seriously. So where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Dead. I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only, the second day of school. Sure, this is a third year of class, so we're preparing for a college entrance exam. Does that mean we'll have to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives? The teacher pointedly looks at me with a hard glint in her eye. Yama Ishimoto, perhaps you would like to get us started. I'm tempted to say no, thank you, but that would be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurant, I guess. The teacher's lips tightened ever so slightly. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition. He'll be a failure, this one. It'll pay the bills. What more can I ask for? Really, dude? Out of anything you could have picked, you picked a restaurant manager? Well, what do you expect? Add a bunch more, dude. Like women and cars. And he criticizes me for a lack of an imagination. Come on, it's 10 years. Anything can happen. The teacher shoots him at a distance-proving glare as his voice raises them dramatically in volume. Yahiko, thanks for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Yahiko beams, and I feel a sudden sense of dread. Here he goes in his dreams, the one that I've heard no less than 200 times before. Well, Teach, I see myself with a Ferrari F500 under one arm, a Lamborghini, and a Aventador 704 under the... I don't know my cars. For under another, and a lot of beautiful women in between, fighting for honorable privilege of my bearing my children. Okay. The class stares at him. Heck, let's have some fun. I whisper to him. What about a mansion? Right. I take up all that and put it in front of a 220,000 square foot mansion, attended by a staff of 1,000 maids. And where's the location? Oh, it's in the Caribbean on the island. A man-made island specifically constructed just for me, with my name laser engraved into the hill so that every plane that flies by sees what belongs to. That's quite enough, Yahiko. Thank you for input. Clearly she doesn't believe in his dream. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yahiko believes in his dream. Then again, Yahiko has enough belief to make up for everyone else. Now, Yumiko, what about you? As the rest of our classmates drone about joining some kind of mega corporation like Lemniscate or Way Forward, Pharmacula lean closer to Yahiko. You forgot some things. I did? The yacht. The walk-in closet just for designer shoes. The private jet. A second mansion in Tahiti. Oh crap, I did. Hey, Teach. Unfortunately, the school bell rings before you can grab her attention. My classmates immediately shove their belongings into her bed and bolt to the door. Meanwhile, Yahiko heads straight for the teacher's desk, eyes lit with excitement as he gathers on about his yacht. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Yahiko strides straight for the teacher with eyes lit up in excitement as he gabbers on and on about his yacht and his designer shoes and his private jet and his second mansion in Tahiti. A restaurant manager, huh? And there is Elizabeth, slipping into Kahito's now vacant seat. She shifts her backpack weight to the desk and raises patronizing eyebrow at me. Well, sorry for being realistic, Miss CEO of Mega Corporation. Sorry that I actually have an ambition, Mr. Manager of the family restaurant. What should I have talked about? Having a mansion and cars and maids on my own personal island? You didn't even shoot for a restaurant not owned by your parents. Yeah. They'll probably kick the bucket one day. I might as well be the one who takes over. Have some respect, wouldn't you? Would you? I snicker at that. Respect? Me? I flash her a bright, overly friendly smile. See you around, Lizzie. She fumes, but forces herself to take a deep breath until her expression stills. Unfortunately, that was a pretty nice comeback. I'll give you that much. Beth, still up for lunch? A student slides through the door with a warm smile and a wave. I recognize her as a girl who's always with Elizabeth. Don't know, but I'm yawning. I don't understand why. In the blink of an eye, Elizabeth's face softens into a friendly grin. I'll be right there. I mean, just in case I wasn't clearly enough. Her hate and indirect exclusive at me. She was the queen of angels to everyone else. So she's freaking hates the crap out of me, but she's nice to everyone else. Particularly this girl, I'd guess, is the closest thing she has to a friend. Well, Ishimoto, it's been a pleasure. I bet it has. She lifts her chin and stiffly walks out of the room, nearly bumping into a startled Yahiko on the way. As a train of second years, probably her groupies, pull up away, Yahiko slips next to me. Why did she talk to you? Not me. I'm the great Yahiko Akari. I don't know. I just like these characters in animes, man. The cocky ones that always ends up getting hurt at the end. It's just funny to me. Maybe because there's a limit to how much my brain cells. Maybe there's a limit to how much my brain cells she's willing to sacrifice for a conversation. Beats me. She's doing that. She's been doing that for a while. Really? We were in the same class last year. Really? I'm not surprised that he just learned about this. Then again, to be fair, I don't talk to Yahiko much about my personal life. Yeah, it's something like that. It's not important. Yahiko evaluates me for a second with the unusual stoic expression, but quickly shakes it off, his smile melting into a grin. Why can't make it stop? I don't know. So what do you think about my dream earlier? This again. On second thought, maybe we should have kept talking about Elizabeth. Same as the other 200 times you told me. It hasn't been Has it really? 203 to be exact. Huh. I guess that means you think it's amazing, right? Totally, I think it's the best dream in history. It's so original and realistic. Thanks, dude. But I don't think you're aiming high enough. Why? You just encouraging a bunch more. What should I add? Aim for the moon. He gasped as this has been the best idea ever. Poor soul. Forget Tahiti, a mansion on the moon. You do the first, and probably the last. Just think about the possibility. Oh dang, I didn't mean to hit that. No one's ever set foot, seriously. I either step into the conversation at the wrong time or someone just came up with a really stupid idea. Who's this? Oh yeah, we got 2 new people. Oh yeah. The music changed. After Rui Hayata, my friend of 10 years, technically she's a grade lower than me, but that doesn't stop us from hanging out. She stuck with me through thick and thin, and she probably knows me better than I know myself. So, childhood friend? Besides her stands, Masato Kuragane, partly in both build and personality. If I had to describe him in one word, I'd use fire. Easily antagonized, hard to put out, and blazes every obstacle out of his way. That's him, I guess. Masato. Afternoon, little date. What's going on in here? I'm gonna build a vacation home on the moon. Somehow I can't say I'm surprised. You know, I'm brilliant. I think the first man on the moon and the first man to build a mansion on it. You're so bright. You're blinding me. What have you been telling him? That's a giant leap for him and a small step for mankind. She thinks this is about for a moment, but I've been worried with but clever. You know. I know. Look, if you kids are done yapping, Yama and I gotta head to track. What? I didn't think Yama was joining again this year. Of course he is. This is news to me. It doesn't seem like a good idea considering he only went to practice one practice last year and ditched the rest. Well, he ain't ditching this year. Ain't that right, man? Well, now that you mention it. What's that? You can't beat me up. You didn't even win last year, Masato. No need to make a big deal. Masato's eyes flare up with instinctual need to prove worthiness of track. We're winning this year. I got a secret weapon. Really? Masato's eyes light up at Ryu's apparent interest. See, we lost our last year because we didn't have good names this year. We've got a great one. He pauses for dramatic effect. Marvelous, master. JoJo pose, I don't know. Is that it? Okay. Ryu. Well, at the very least, this is a pretty good opportunity to joke around. Wow, that's fantastic. I'll call myself Speed of Light Mountain Destroyer. Speed of Light Mountain Destroyer. What the hell? The hell? You should rename yourself the Streaking Shadow, Dark Eradicator. And then we'll be unstoppable. Ain't no way I'm going with that. Yeah, he isn't great with sarcasm. I smirk at him, but before I can elaborate, the PA above us crackles to life. The club fair is officially open in the courtyard. Feel free to drop by and check out some of what your fellow students have planned. I already at just the second day, maybe the second school is just making everything happen faster this year. I don't really see why Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy has always done well for itself, even throughout the recession. There is no need for changing things now. Hey, it's club time. Let's take a look. No thanks, I'd rather not be blacklisted. What does that mean? I'm doing something like that. She's afraid to go with you. You outshine her so much that the clubs won't be interested in her. Ooh. Rui glows at me, and I only wink back. What's up, babe? Yahiko, well, you shouldn't worry about that, my dear Ryu. My dear Ryu. Ryu. I don't know that, right, Rue? Or Rui. Rui. I don't know. We'll call you Rue for now. You shouldn't worry about that, my dear Rue. I'm sure I can use my substantial sphere of influence to get you in a good spot. I'm Mariana Club, don't you know? The drama club? Alright. She's been in the drama club since last year, and somehow you still forgot. Then, what was Yama talking about? Nothing, just acting like an idiot as usual. Well, you know, they like what they say. Likes attract like. Like attract like. Rue's elbows be sharply in the ribs, but her lips are pulling up at the corners. They also say the opposite attracts. Well, we know which ones you are. She slaps me playfully on the arm as Masato and Yahiko watch with blank stares. Did I miss something? No more than you usually do. Yahiko frowns for the moment, but she eventually shrugs off the exchange. Well, I don't know much. I don't know about you guys, but I need to find myself a club to grace with my innumerable talents. They're innumerable, right? So without further ado, I bid thee farewell. He turns with a flourish of his hand, but Rue calls after him. You know that will be there, right? Huh? Club recruitment day. All the clubs will be here, including the track and drama. Oh. Huh? I'll see you there. He whisks out of the room. You're coming to a man track booth, yeah? Me, like, I'm a track's poster child. In fact, I probably just scare away potential recruits. Don't think like that. You could be a great asset, man. You just gotta believe. AKA every movie theme ever. We exchanged Snickers, but Masato grabbed my arm. Really, man? You coming? Don't get so close to me, man. Back up. Surprised at its sudden intensity, I contemplate for a moment. It doesn't take too long. Sure, why not? Really? Not like I have anything else to do. Masato grins, releasing my arm. Good, I gotta go set up. I'm expecting you there. He dashes out of the room after a quick wave to Rue. She smiles back and promptly turns to me. Have you figured out why he wants you to do track so badly? Not a clue. She hesitates for a moment and glances around the room. You know, you can join the drama club instead. It can be a valid excuse for Masato. I think he just asked why I joined a different club when I couldn't join Cool Track. But still, I think you'd really like it. Honestly, it sounds like I could have been really pretty fun. Rue seems to enjoy it. She often claims that just like when we play to make believe as kids. And make believe is one of those few things that I don't mind doing. But it's so much work. This guy sounds like me. It's so much work. It's so far. He sounds like me. What the heck? It's more work than track, idiot. Besides, it can be really fun. I'll take your word for it. She rolls her eyes and shoulders her bag. Well, fine, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Some of us have club booths to manage, so I'm gonna get going. I'll go with you. She walks in a step. We walk in the step. Oh, I can't speak. What is wrong with my wording? I cannot speak it. The English. Okay. We walk to the door. We walk in step to the door, almost into freedom, and then the strident voice of the teacher rips through the air. Ahem! Yama Ishimoto? Surely you didn't expect to escape so easily. Yes, my attitude problems. I turned to Rue and suddenly pleading, bail me out. Not a chance. What? It builds character. I have plenty of character. Come on. Throw up a distraction for me. I throw a shameless dose of puppy eyes, and she only pokes my forehead, sticking your tongue out. You win some, you lose some. Just be glad it's with the teacher instead of the police. I believe, yeah, it's better than me. She darts off as falteringly after me. But at least the police wouldn't bore me to tears. What was that, young man? I turned to find the teacher hovering right behind me. Whoops! Nothing. Great weather we're having, huh? She doesn't seem amused. At what point the second day of school she's referring to teaching me last year? Come to think of it, yeah, that's highly possible. It's clear the tension is doing nothing for your toxic behavior. Well, yeah, because I can nap in detention. Therefore, I have taken the liberty of recommending you therapeutic mentorship, which will take place on campus under the discretion of our dorm manager. Requirements will be 1 hour, 5 days a week. The mentor will need to sign off on every visit. The what now? Are you scheduling brainwashing sessions for me? Excuse me, you might have other ideas, young man, but the civility and respect are integral cornerstones of our modern society. If it does result in scrubbing away some of that arrogance of yours, then I say, good riddance. I'm shocked by the unusually passionate outburst from her. She slows her breath, shaking as she jabs a book and enveloped me. Take this to Mr. Ryoto's outfit. Yeah, Ryoto. Oh no. You know where it is? A tiny pinch of tension releases me. Mr. Ryoto, the mentor. Maybe this won't be so bad. Giving the book once over, the cover is somber. and the 100% boring. The block letters proclaim the primate's 21st century. 100 plus correctional techniques to improve the mindset of any underdeveloped adolescent. Well, gee, I'm honored. Oh, dang. Take it. Goodbye, Yama Ishimoto. She flounces out of the classroom, clearly fed up by shenanigans. Okay. That was that scene. Wordlessly, I turn and head down the corridor. I guess someone a little touchy. Not that I can blame her. If I had a student like that, I'd hate him too. I tromp down the stairs on the first floor, and they stop before a door at the edge of a hallway, bearing a sign, J. Ryuta, dorm manager. I rap sharply on the wood 3 times. Mr. Ryuta? What is it? A nuclear war? What? No. Meh, I don't feel like opening the door for anything less important. I could open the door myself. Locked it. Don't bother. I press my ear against the door, listening keenly. There is an action-packed orchestral strings just barely bleeding through the wood. Faint chain clanging of swords and shields. Are you in a clan war, Mr. Ryuta? Bah! A moment later, the door clicks open. So he's sitting there playing games while he locks the door. Okay, that's something I do. If I were going to do job. I slip inside the room, holding back a smile. The office minimalistic furniture, welcoming, warm light encompasses the room. Highlighted, comfortable chairs arranged around the coffee table that bears a bowl of potato chips. It looks like the office of a therapist rather than the office of a school dorm manager. In the corner, I spot a calmly mahogany desk, on top of which switch Ryuta, very dramatic position. Look at it. Got him. Welcome to the Satan room. Okay. What have you brought as an offering to appease the Dark Lord? Indeed I have. With equality exaggerated vow, I present to the book and note from my teacher, Mr. Ryuta's eyebrows scrunch in confection. What the hell is this? I got in some trouble earlier for talking back. Instead of detention, the teacher convinced me that I need a more permanent solution. Like death, I can help you with that. She was thinking more along the lines of counseling, I believe. Oh, okay. But what the hell is this? He shakes the book empathically. The curriculum the teacher recommends for, helping me. Oh well, I put it where it belongs. He promptly throws it in the trash, which extracts a laugh from me. Now to business. Let me read up on what your teacher wants. His eyes drift over to the paper and silently hand to him. Oh boy, business precious. Let me translate, Mr. Dear Ryuta. I am having a trouble subduing a boy who actually has a brain and doesn't care for the efficiencies of bureaucracy. Sincerely, a woman who certainly has the most boring person in her graduating class. I choke back the laughter as he crumbles the paper into a ball and lobs it in the trash. This teacher's awesome. By the way, I don't tell anyone I said that, or I might get fired. And then you'd have to be taking counseling from Miss Hanazawa, and then where would we be? Consider the NDA sign. Mr. Ritter reclines and easily accessing his hair, kicking his legs on the table. So how's the apartment? Still in one piece, mostly. Good to hear, Phil. Oh, oops. That's how you say it. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this here. So yeah, if you want to see more, hit that notification down below so you can be notified whenever I upload the next one. So yeah, and that'll be cool. It feels great to be back on YouTube, I swear. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Ciao.